Happy Monday. Start that again. Happy Monday. Come down the plot. First time I've been down here in ages at this time of day. But the weather's looking good. And I'm just going to try and crack on and do jobs that I've said I'm going to be doing. And I'm just going to try and crack on and do jobs that I've said I'm going to do for, oh my God. Yeah, so I'm going to come. So I'm down here and I am going to do some jobs that have been on the agenda for far too long. Get that cutting celery out. That's my main job. Make sure I tie in some canes between the blue hoops. Brought my manure seed down, my green manure. I'm doing mustard this year. So I'm going to stick that on a few beds. And I've just thought on the drive here, the new no-dig bed that I'm going to put the garlic in, I'm thinking I'm going to put some green manure in there just to grow and then plant the garlic in amongst it. Yes. May crop a lot of my squash while it's nice and dry before the rains come and rot them, if that's what happens. And chatting quickly to Kerry this morning, dog on the plot. My lettuce that I sowed, I'm not even sure if it's winter lettuce, so I'm giving it a go. Let's go, stop talking and let's go. Welcome to the messy shed come greenhouse. Look at all these lettuce. Can you spot? I know Ali will spot. I never took these home in the end. I just left them here. And those are some spicy lettuce. I do need to get them out and take them home. Plenty of, too much of. So if I see my plot neighbours today, I'll see if anybody wants any. Lamb's lettuce and land cress. I need to prick them out really, don't I? Give them a chance. Lola Rosso, I never got round to pricking out. Could we doing that? My onions. These are my spring onions. So I'm going to get them in somewhere. Wow, going to be a busy bee. First job of the day, I'm just going to do it. Cutting celery. Get that out. And maybe if I get that out on plot 1, quick mulch, then I might stick something in there. I was going to say my onions, but then I've got to cover it, don't I? From the bloody leaf miner. Should we have a quick look in the greenhouse, get distracted? Ali, look. Ali at my rusty garden. It's got a hole in it, yes. Like some of the others. I'll chop round it. It's actually turned red. It's still quite nice and warm in here. That one's going now, although it feels a bit soft. I might just have to cut that off now in the state it's in. Tiny bit of basil. We do not need any more basil. Empty. I've got to take this structure down, mulch that, and that's another bed. Guys, you will never know how bloody complicated this thing is. Now it's not following me. Now I have to do it myself. Right, we have got other plot people down here right the side, but I'm just going to go and take my cutters, take my Hori. Where have I put my gloves? Does anybody else do this? Gloves. I'd have put them somewhere to, yeah, here we go, step ladder. Let's go. Oh, they're stuck. Right, let's get down there and finally get the cutting celery out. Looking good. Did come down the other day and just water it because it's looking a bit dry, but no, it's not dry, look. It's still quite moist underneath, so I think that'll be okay. A few dead leaves as expected, just around the bottoms of some of them, but they're fine. Let's head over to this bed. Kohlrabi and leeks. Nice, nice. Look at all these cabbage. Oh wow. Bursting out the seams, can you see? Oh wow. Right, less chatting. More chopping all that down. Let's go. If you followed the videos, you'll know that I didn't realise this was cutting celery. I think I used it once. It smells like celery. I'm just wondering if to take some home. Didn't take them, did it? Just mulch these beds now with a bit of rotten manure and a bag of compost, I think. And I'm going to get them squashed out too while I'm here. Going for it. Lots for the compost today. Are we still recording? Got chatting. The site manager's going to take some of this cutting celery for her guinea pigs. They love it. So let's take my sharp knife out of there. Some of the and give that to Paula for her guineas. Let's go. Right, move all the gadgets, tools. Because this squash is staying in, I'm just going to mulch around it. Leave a pile there and distribute that in a minute. Yeah, I've still got the carrots in at the end of that bed there, so I'll do that bit another time. Right, let's get distributing. But there's the bed. Nice and neat-ish. Right, just a quick show of what I've been doing. I'm going to get up on that compost heap in a minute and give it a stamp down. I've put a lot of weeds, comfrey, borage, shredded paper. I've now got a load of nettles I've just collected around the plots. Some of the pumpkin greenery, some old cabbage leaves, and going to be the next layer once I've trodden it down. As you can see, we've still got a lot of those field bean things, so I need to just get that squashed down. We've been topping up from this bin, the wood chip from last year, the top stuff, the dry stuff, getting rid of grass clumps, just trying to tidy the borders up. A bit more wood chip here to tidy this up. Again, just tidied this up now, made it as it should be. And again here. And again here. The squash down there is still in. In fact, that's a courgette with a couple of little courgettes on it, so that can stay. The sun's coming out, so I am going to water the... Right, battery allows. Let me zoom out. That's the compost bin filled up. Browns, greens, manure, the works. I'm going quickly because I'm running out of battery. That bed's done. Looks a bit like a donkey's hind leg. Didn't get to water the lettuce, not bothered. I've just picked some zinnias for seeds and some marigolds for seed saving. Bit cutting celery, a couple of little squashes, and that's me done. I think I am just going to whiz home, have an hour at home before I have to come back to get Leo. Let me just go show you the other bed. Right, quickly. I think that was 3 or 4 bags of that free horse manure I got. There's some apples in the bottom of the bag, so I've separated them and put them on the compost to rot down. This I'm just going to leave. Picked out a few little grass seeds that were already growing. I think that'll be good next year for something which I have not decided yet. And the greenhouse is going to stink because that's manure, very well rotted manure, and a little bit of unrotted, but it absolutely pen and inks. So I think I'm going to leave the door slightly ajar if I can for that basil. Get in. In fact, no, I'm not. I'm going to let it stink. Once that window shuts, the flies should come out. Right, I've now got to go on a hunt for my Hori Hori, which I seem to lose more often than not. Happy Tuesday! Look at me, 2 days on the trot. Things are changing. So I'm down here on my own today. Again, just trying to get some beds sorted, tidied. I think I've got one more path on plot 1 to weed with the grass seed, and I'm going to get my strimmer out. Yes, so let's go. Right, I've gone on a quick hunt for my Hori knife. I have got a bad feeling it's in the compost heap under a layer of very smelly apples, manure, a layer of paper and a layer of cabbage. Oh dear. And then I'll take you down to the compost heap and see if we can find my Hori knife together. If not, I'll be buying a new one. What do I do? What do I do? So much stuff in here. I think we can safely say that the Hori knife is not in here. This is looking good stuff at the bottom. There's plenty of worms in here, if I can show you. Composting worms. So I'm just going to get a layer of that on the top of here, because that's almost full. And I might be able to use some of this underneath the bottom here, maybe to put round my onion bed. So today's job's got a little bit distracted and I'm going to end up doing something else. But looking in here, further down, I've got this stuff. Looks pretty good. Further down. So I think I will put some maybe around this onion bed, because it's not a no-dig bed, and that'll just nourish those. Just got to be careful of the alien bloody leaf miner, don't I? Oh dear. Or I'll wheelbarrow it up to the other plot and line one of the tunnels. I'm not sure whether it's the mic or the gimbal. So that's all mulched with homemade compost all the way along. Still got some in here. So this is going to go in the brassica cage. This is the turned compost from the large bin into there. I've given it a water, and then all the fresh greens on top. I haven't used all the compost. There's a little bit left at the bottom there, so it's covered up from the rain. Pick this up and put it with the rest. Even though we're getting rain later, I've given all my onions, kohlrabi, leeks. I said onions, didn't I? I've got no onions, it's leeks and kohlrabi. So they've had a bit of a water. So too have the carrots and the lettuce and the beetroot. Looking good. This has had a water. There's a couple of courgettes that I'm going to let ripen. No time for raspberries today. So here, 4 butternut squash, 5 sweet dumpling. I think that's still an uchikakari, I'm not sure. These definitely are. Not sure, we'll have a look. No Hori knife yet. That will turn up, I'm sure, sometime. Let's get up and show you what I've done on plot 2. Right, quickly. That's the bed that had a couple of pumpkins in it. Turnips earlier in the year. That's now been topped up with homemade compost. As you can see, there's still paper in there. That was from when I put the paper on there yesterday. Not intending to use this yet, but seeing as I was looking for my Hori knife, that was the job I ended up doing. So again, this bed has been topped up. Just the blue bean drying. And I've done a little bit of topping up in here too. So if you could see, I've only done it around the first half at this side. Next time I come down, I'll do the second half. That's the other bed that I did yesterday. Manured it, topped it for next year. Need to plan what's going in where. So we'll see. Right guys, catch you another day. Hey, happy Wednesday afternoon. Just finished watching Kerry's Dog on the Plot YouTube video. So I'm nice and chilled, but then she makes me feel like I need to get up and do something. She's been so busy this week. I picked, as you saw, some of the squashes from the allotment the other day, because we are forecast wet and damp weather from here on in, colder weather. I've got some grapes off the plot manager, thanks Paula. And there's another one here actually, which I think I'm going to take in. Find me some secateurs and then you can join me. say, they've got to be down a bit. So good purpose for a ladder. I'm just going to go and get some secateurs from somewhere, and we'll get up that garden before the rain comes. Alright, I just grabbed a pair of scissors. Dying back. I don't think my basket's quite big enough. What an idiot. Right, let's go and get some sweet dumplings, and at least they'll fit in here. And then I'll just take the pumpkins off if I don't break my neck sliding down this black plastic. Oh, right, back in a sec. Right, I started off with 3 of these. They're summer squashes, Amazon something. I'll put the name on the screen. And my first 2 of those sweet dumplings. I need to go and get some more. It's no good. Had to resort to the wheelbarrow. We're filling up and the rain's coming. Still going. Still going. Remember that one that I said escaped? Down the back where I had my potatoes. Right back here, I noticed we had an escapee buried down there. So I've now got to get to that without getting stung by the nettles. Not even all of them, and yet the wheelbarrow's full. Right, I think that's my lot for today. A lot clearer, as you can see. I've now got like a bonfire of squash remnants. Another little pile there. I've also stuck some on there, but I'll do that another day. Come back because I've got butternut squash that I've left in, see if that'll ripen anymore. Little courgettes in there, I've picked the marrow. But yeah, plenty of butternut squash up there still. Plenty of butternut squash here. I've got those, and I've just noticed this Amazon, which is a summer squash, is still going for it. I showed you those, and then I went over here. You see, and again, these are like courgettes, summer squashes. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's another 4 or 5 on this plant alone. I've just found this one as well. We'll see how far they get, if at all. But yeah, we're going to be busy. Yeah, pretty much it. The dead cabbage that I never got round to, and I'm not going to bother. That's been a feast for the slugs, I think. Hoping that they may have left these ones alone. Just tidying up time of year. Happy days. Right. See you whenever. Right. We got there, and it's just starting to rain. Do you think we've got enough? I think we've got enough. Happy Thursday. Job's in the middle of. Sourdough bread ready to go in the basket. Another batch of the sourdough waffles. They need to be bagged up and go in the freezer. Nice and cool. Then my delivery came. Should we have a look? Can you see? Here is my little gift to me. Wow, it looks like some sort of taekwondo, doesn't it? So I'm going to have to probably put my phone down in a minute to have a look. I'll hide that so you can't see what I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things Oh, don't touch. Right, let's have a little reveal. Here we go, the reveal. This was the original purchase, the Hori knife. And then I came across a gift box. Some nice little scissors. Some little nice hoeing tools for weeding between the beds. Nice pair of secateurs that we've been after. As you saw, a lot of mine broke this year. I've got a missing Hori knife, haven't I, at the plot somewhere. I'm sure that will turn up. And I was also after a knife for harvesting things like the broccoli and the cabbage. So much easier with either a knife or the Hori.